hold the hell on, okay? Somebody told me that I need to do my response. They want to hear my thoughts and opinion on this situation. And I said in my last video that I'm going to wait and let it come full circle before I talk about it. Well, it's come full circle, bitch, and I'm talking about it. Snoop is the victim of bullying, okay? Let me tell you why. Because I saw the whole thing happen from the beginning. Now, I need y'all to process this situation and how I'm going to articulate it. So, we sit up in our couches in our house and we're chilling. We're not doing anything. We're having fun with our family. We're expecting life to move on. We get this blast of world news saying that a man who has contributed greatly to a sport, okay, has made a lot of admirers, I would say, and people and children who look up to him, has now gotten to an age where he's looking to retire, basically retire from doing that into getting into his own daughter's life and his own family's life, leaving something else behind for us to have, leaving his legacy behind. We get this news thing saying that he done passed away, not by natural causes, not because he had, some illness that we were expecting for him to pass from, but just from dropping down from the air because his helicopter crashes and we don't know why. And we're finding out that not only him passed away, but several other passengers in there lost their lives that day, including his little girl who was in that plane or in that helicopter, right? We're still reeling from it. And then we got to sit up there and think to ourselves, how can somebody go through this, a family? Not only are you mourning a son, not only are you mourning a grandson, not only are you mourning a husband, but you're also mourning a daughter, a granddaughter, possibly a great-granddaughter, and you have all the other people that were on that helicopter also, whose families are now trying to cope with the situation. But because this man is a celebrity, he was the one that was focused on, and more so than in the media, more so than all the other people that were in the helicopter. Now, it hadn't been, 2-3 weeks? He still ain't in the grave, not even 6 feet under. People are still talking about it. You got other people crying, really trying to mourn him. You had this interview with somebody who was his friend, right? It wasn't a black dude because we know that you're not too fond of them. So you have this black woman there sitting there, and the first thing you're going to think of is to bring up something that really is irrelevant. And let me tell you why. That shit happened 17 years, maybe 18 years ago. He did what he was supposed to do. The legal system settled it. He paid his dues. He apologized, did what he was supposed to do, and moved on with his life. He was not in the media for anything, any alleged accusations, nothing. When he was in the media, he's been in the media for his talent. He's been in the media for having the Mamba team. He's been in the media for having another baby, because his wife was literally just had another baby 6 months ago. We don't know if she's going through postpartum. We don't know what's going on. This got to be something that somebody it's like a shock to everybody, let alone what she got to deal with. And the thing that you think to ask is to bring up something from 17 years ago that have already been dealt with and solved and finished. Now, here's the problem I had. Now, everybody said that Snoop's response, calling her out of her name and shit, that was not, it's the black man not supporting a black woman. Let me tell you something about this. We see this situation, this generation that's all about equality, okay? It's all about people treating each other. Women and men need to be treated the same way, need to be getting the same pay, need to be getting the same everything. So I am an equal opportunity insulter. It's freedom of speech. If I think you a bitch, I'm going to call you a bitch whether you're male or female. Understand? Now, I know that I've taught my daughter not to be around a man who's going to call her a bitch, but I've also taught my daughter not to be a bitch. So the same rule applies to my son. I also said, if I had a son, I said, don't be around a woman who's going to call you out your name. But let's be clear. That's going to mean that you're treating the woman the way she's supposed to be treated. So she going to call you out your name. But if your ass is being a bitch, I will call you a bitch. If your ass is being a hoe, I will call you a hoe. The first time I got to know my man, he told me that when he was a teenager, he was fucking around all his girls. You know what I told him? I said, you slut. Why were you doing that? Because that is what he was doing, and that's the title that he'd earned, and that's what he told me that he was doing. It made sense. If you're out here hooking, I'm gonna call you a hooker. I'm gonna call you the title of what you have embraced and what your actions are. Now, first of all, when I heard the question she asked, bringing that up, the first thought in my head was, bitch, what? That is what I thought in my head the first time it was asked. Now, I could have looked past that when the question was asked. I could have looked past that and said, okay, you know what? She answered the question. She gave a very, very reasonable question, more so than I would have given had it been me on that seat. You would have got a mouth fucking full. She kept her composure. She was very well put together, and I love how she handled herself. But then you kept pushing and pushing and pushing. and pushing. Then when everything came out, you blamed the fucking network and said, oh my gosh, it's their fault, they set me up. But you asked the question and you kept going. It was your mouth that kept moving. It wasn't them. And it's the same people that you have aligned yourself with that don't look like this, that are not as melanated. These people you have chosen. And your bestie is somebody that has gone out of black men consistently. And because y'all have the biggest pool, because you done basically abandoned the rest of us, and took your freaking right mind is sitting right now in the sunken place because you want to align yourself with the wrong people and go after this man. Now, the apology was given after several days of bullying because his pool is not as, what's the term I'm looking for? His pool is not as strong as the person that he talked about. Now, this is speech. You can say whatever you want to say. You can be whatever you want to be. I don't believe that him, expressing himself the way that he did. I mean, when you say, we're watching you, we are watching you. We're on TV. We all saw it. I saw it. My eyes was watching. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like it was something bad. So the thing is, the issue is, he apologized because, he wanted to make sure that people know that this wasn't something that was crazy. They made the whole image that because he's a rapper, because y'all remember when rapping first came out with Ice Cube and all the other what is the name of their group? I'm blanking right now, but Eazy-E, Ice Cube, all of them had come out and they created their own rap team. And when they used to come out, they had the song Fuck the Police. And it seemed like whenever there's the image that's put on black rappers, as in what you say breeds violence and it breeds, this gang mentality and all this other crazy shit because of the music that they put out. And to a certain extent, it breeds anger in people. I get that image that's been portrayed for generations now. But this particular individual who spoke up and spoke because this is how he felt. He has a huge following because of his rap career and because of all the stuff that he has done. But he hasn't been actually like rapping hood-like or what he would have done when Tupac was alive or Biggie was around. I haven't seen that happen. Even when the music that he's done. So it's not like y'all can put this bullet in his back and say, oh, he's promoting violence. He's promoting this, and this. The image that they took and they ran with is because he's a rapper. And they ran with it and made it seem like, oh, because he's a rapper and he said this this is bullshit. That's how I feel. It is okay for me to watch an interview and have a lot to say about it. But I bet you he wasn't the only one who said what he said. It was because he was a celebrity and he was in the light of the people. Because I said it. My family said it. My friends said it. We all had all these same thought processes of what the fuck are you doing? This is irrelevant to what this man left behind. This family, it's not even been a month. And this is what you're saying? Now you're trying to screw up his own legacy and death? Why didn't you ask that question when he was alive, when he was here to address it? Why bring it up? It was 17 years ago. Okay? It was almost 2 decades ago. And when you think about him, that's what you're going to say? Like, I thought, bitch, too. If it was me and my family, this is what I would say.
Winter is coming.